Alright, I want to make a video about what I did this weekend. I went up to Seoul and I saw something called the Mannam World Peace Festival. And it was very interesting. What they did was they put us all in the Seoul Olympic Stadium and they made us watch a mass games presentation. And if you have no idea what a mass games presentation is, watch some videos about North Korea. It was pretty much the most spectacular thing I've ever seen in my life. The whole stadium was filled with people who were all wearing the exact same clothes, and they were throwing up signs and making shapes and making letters in the stadium with their bodies, and it was just epic. I mean, when you watch it on video, you definitely get an idea of what I saw, but being there, you also just feel the energy of 100,000 people all doing like the same part of some kind of a picture or some kind of a message, and it was wild, man. It was totally crazy. Yeah, I wish I had a video camera there. I would have filmed it, but put pictures on my Facebook. Totally epic. But another thing that I want to talk about, though, is I went to this festival knowing that it was co-hosted by Mannam and Shinchonji. Let me first explain these two organizations. Mannam is a volunteer organization that has branches all over Korea, and I'm involved with the branch here in Daejeon. And basically what it is, it's this free time volunteer organization that gets people together, and you basically just hang out and do voluntary things. Go to orphanages, go to outdoor trips, help out a farm, learn the language. You do lots of really cool things. And I have a lot of free time here, and yeah, I really do enjoy doing Mannam's activities. Especially they offer a free Korean language class that I really enjoy taking. And a lot of the Mannam Koreans, they speak enough English. They're very nice people, and I really enjoy the organization. Really good people at Mannam. Okay, and now let me talk about Shinchonji. This organization is a Christian denomination. Specifically, it's a denomination that believes in some strange things, from what I understand. I tried my best to look them up on the internet. They do, of course, have a website, but there's just a bunch of religious humbo-bumbo. And the Shinchonji people, they, kind of discouraged a lot of people from coming. When people heard, oh, this is an event done by both Mannam and Shinchonji, people were like, well, I'm not really into this other Christian religion. I don't think I really want to go. But me, myself, I was like, you know what? This Mannam people are always so nice, so if there's some religious people there too, whatever, I'll just ignore them like I always do. And yeah, I didn't think it would be an issue, but I found out soon enough. So I've been involved with some internet flame wars where people were attacking Mannam, saying that Mannam is bad because it's associated with Shinchonji. And I was telling people, I was like, look, no, Mannam's great. Don't worry about this religious people. They're not really associated. I don't know what they're about. And I did my best to uncover the truth at this event this weekend. So when we were there in this mass games, of course a lot of the things they were doing with the 100,000 people in the stadium was all like Korean language stuff that I didn't understand. It turns out that the whole performance was Shinchonji showing off a lot of their beliefs. And, they were showing it off to a crowd of 50,000 foreigners. All of us have, our own religions, our own beliefs. And so it was kind of offensive in a way, I think, to have a lot of foreigners be brought into something thinking that it was this international, intercultural thing, to then forcing us to watch this spectacle of Shinchonji for like an hour. And it didn't even stop there. Eventually, the leader of the Shinchonji got on the loudspeakers and was saying a bunch of stuff in Korean, and he was, of course, being translated in English. But I'm pretty sure the translator got some stuff wrong, because he definitely was talking a lot about God and Jesus, and something like the world was created in 1984. Basically, some totally wacky things. And I think it was just rather... It wasn't a good thing for Mannam to give me the impression that this was a co-hosted event. Because clearly, by what I saw, this event was easily 80% Shinchonji, 20% Mannam. Mannam was the guest. We were there watching their epic spectacular. And it was epic. I'll give them that. But I do think that it was... They did not reveal what was going to happen at this event. I understood there would be like an opening ceremony, but I thought it would be like, opening ceremony, all the cultures, all the world, so happy for everyone together. There's some Buddhist stuff, there's some Muslim stuff. Fantastic. But it wasn't like that. Instead, some people walked around with some flags, but then they just went right into the Shinchonji garbage. And it didn't stop for like an hour. It was cool to watch, but it was possibly religiously offensive. And one of my big points that I tried to do at this event was I wanted to know what was Shinchonji all about. What is their specific religious understanding? And even though this stadium was filled with 10,000 people from Shinchonji, they actually were quite, I don't know if I could say nice about it, but they really kind of sectioned off the stadium. There was kind of this section for all the Mannam people, and then 75% for all the Shinchonji people. And we couldn't go between the sections. There was these big barricades. It's almost like they were hiding themselves from interacting with us. And I was like, okay, whatever. But I went to the Mannam information booth, and I was like, look, is there anybody from Shinchonji who I can talk to? I got questions about Shinchonji. I want to figure what they're all about. And then people were so defensive. No. We don't know anything about Shinchonji. This Mannam is different than Shinchonji. We're just in the same venue right now. And I was like, oh, okay. And I went to the next guy. Where is Shinchonji? No, we're not going to tell you. We don't know anything. I went to a third guy. He was like, oh, well, I could give you somebody. Sure, I'll find him. And I found this guy. Really nice guy. An American guy. His name's Aaron, also from San Diego. And he is one of the head ministers of Shinchonji's English chapter. And he talked to me for about an hour and a half, and he told me the whole load of stuff that Shinchonji believes. So here it goes. Back in like 1955, there was this Korean War veteran guy. He's the head preacher of Shinchonji, called the chairman. Funny word. He watched this Korean guy was studying English. No, he wasn't studying English. I'm teaching English. He was studying Christianity. And 7 of his friends, who were like really good students at his Christian school, supposedly, they were all kicked out by like some bad preachers. And he was like, wow, that really sucks. And then he was reading the Bible. He gets to the first section of Revelation and says, like, the world will start to end when the 7 saints have been dismissed. And he goes, oh my God, Revelation is starting. And that day he goes to sleep, and lo and behold, boom, Jesus Christ comes into his room and tells him, you, Lee Man-hee, you are my new messenger. You are the prophet. You must tell people that Revelation is starting. You must tell them how to live their lives. You guide the people. And, so yeah, he kind of took that all upon himself and made his own religion called Shinchonji. And I heard him speak, and he's definitely not a prophet of God. He's just a guy who wears a fancy suit, has 100,000 people follow him, and probably give him lots and lots of money. It's I think you could easily draw a comparison between the Kim family and Lee Man-hee in the sense of a cult of personality. That's especially what I saw with this mass game stuff. Because I've spent a lot of time studying North Korea, and Lee Man-hee definitely has cult of personality stuff happening with him. So, anyway, Shinchonji, definitely a cult. Definitely a cult. And people should realize that. And so I feel a little bit betrayed by Mannam, because they told me the event was co-hosted by Shinchonji and Mannam. So I expected if there was a little bit of this religious garbage, I would have been okay. I would have expected it. But no, the day was like 85% religious Shinchonji garbage. 15% international pride peace stuff. And man, seeing Shinchonji's followers all so committed and devoted. Crazy cult personalities. So yeah. Mannam's still a great organization. But just their partnership with Shinchonji is rather concerning. And one more thing I want to point out. Mannam said that the reason why we're doing this event with Shinchonji is because no one would or allow us to rent a stadium because we are associated with Shinchonji. So, we have decided to use Shinchonji's stadium that they have rented. And I was like, whoa, hold up, in my head. Mannam says they can't get a stadium because they're associated with Shinchonji. But Shinchonji can get a stadium. I don't understand. It's like saying, I don't even know. The logic just doesn't follow. I mean, how can you not get a stadium because you're associated with something, but that thing can? Blows my mind. Anyway, I mean, I'm still going to be involved in Mannam stuff. I still like Mannam. But just look out for Shinchonji. Definitely a cult.